Gonna start the webinar. There we go. Hey, everybody. I made it. I apologize. I had a little bit of technical difficulties logging in today, which it makes sense. This is like, it's the third Monday of the week, right? So we're all getting used to this nowadays. So I want to thank you all for joining us today. I want to apologize about a couple things. One, myself running a couple minutes late, like I said, due to technical difficulties. Two, you might hear some noise in the background. I apologize. One thing I've learned from working from home a lot is you don't tell your wife when not to clean. So I am not going to get in that huge argument. So I apologize if you guys hear static in the background. She's vacuuming right now. So once again, one of those new working from home conditions that we're all dealing with. Today on this call, I actually have Carl Harvell, my Senior Director of Product Marketing with us on the call today. So he'll be joining me. And our goal today, actually, Carl, go ahead and say hi. Let everybody see you.
Hey, everybody. How you doing? Glad to be here with you guys on this great webinar.
And I want to point out, guys, if you all are doing Zoom, Carl and T, my product management team, they do some really cool stuff with their backgrounds, and it looks really neat. Carl got to get a green screen to make it look even better behind him. But you can see with the Zoom app, you can do some pretty cool features. I mean, that's pretty neat. I still am, the old school guy that has a just traditional background office. But there are some really cool features inside the new cloud softwares that allow you to do a bunch of different stuff, and that's one of them. So it looks pretty neat. So,
well, I am glad that I'm able to do this, because if I were to take this virtual background off, you'll see a lot of clothes because I'm stuck in a closet right now, which not bad. It's like a little huddle room, but not appropriate for a webinar.
Well, you know what? But let's be honest, right? Once again, this is the world of COVID. This is just the new norm for us all that we're getting used to. So with that, let me start and show the ugliest picture I've ever had taken of me. I mean, I'm just, dang, man, look at those wrinkles. I've gotten old over time. If anybody looked at my LinkedIn photo, right? Take a look at my LinkedIn photo. That's the way I used to look. It's so much nicer back then.
But, I worked with you 15 years ago. You looked about the same, dude.
Yeah, you know what? That's
all right, never mind.
So Carl and I today, we're going to talk to you about video conferencing 101. And really, for us, what we've noticed over these last 4 or 5 months is there is a lot of new resellers that are coming into the video conferencing world, and especially the USB cloud video conferencing world. So we really wanted to give you kind of a high-level 101 questions to ask, things to look for, just some scenarios to help you get through. Now, once again, as AVer, we're always here to help you, right? We want to be that easy button for you. So feel free to reach out to me, to Carl, our channel account management team. We're all here to support you, right? But we also want to make sure that you have the tools you need to ask those just 3 or 4 questions. And really, if you ever get on a call with me, you're going to see it's just about 3 or 4 questions that I ask, and I can go, boom, I have a really good idea of what you need. Let me give you an understanding of what we can do. Now, caveat to all this that I say is this is the simple mode, okay? Let me say that. Carl and I, we've both been in video for like 17 years now. So there are really 2 modes in video. There's simple mode, and then there's high-end, elegant, integrator, AV, design, Crestron, control panels. That I'm not talking about that today. We're not even touching on that today, right? That would take me a year to explain. We're going simple. We're going very easy. We're going, hey, let's ask the basic questions for the large percentage of calls that you're going to be talking to. So really, what do I ask when I get onto a call? I don't ask a whole lot. But what I do ask is, the first question I always ask people is, do you just need video or do you need audio as well, right? Do you need speaker phones built into this? Do you need a sound bar into this? And we'll go into that more and more, because some customers today, they already have an entire audio setup in those conference rooms that they can plug into the computer and use really simple, right? The next question I ask is, how big is the room? If you've taken a look at our slide decks in the past, you'll see we break every product into a different size room category, whether it be huddle space, small conference room, medium conference room, large conference room. And we build our cameras specifically for those size of rooms. Frustrating part is sometimes those customers will take the huddle room camera and try and put it into a medium large room, and it'll work, they'll get by with it, but it's not the way it was designed, and they're not going to get the best performance for it, right? So we'll talk about that a little bit. The other question I have for people is, and I think this is one that people don't think about a lot. Hey, great, you have a 30 by 30 room, but really how far is the farthest person going to be from that camera, right? We've all seen those rooms when they're massive or they're really tiny, and the person isn't that far away from the camera. They're fairly close to it. That helps us better understand the way it's being used and can help us better understand what type of camera they need, and as well as they need audio. What type of audio do they need, right? Question number 4 for us is, what are they using the room for, right? I think we've all seen this recently. More and more customers are using video conferencing in a different application than we've seen it used in the past, right? It really has changed dramatically. So really we want to get an idea of, what are you using that camera for? What are you using the room for? Is it going to be your standard, everybody's around the table and we're having a normal meeting? Or is it going to be more of a, hey, I have a teacher in the front of the room that I need to capture, and I don't care about the students, but I need to have that camera make sure that I can capture that teacher at all times? Or a lecture, right? Or an auditorium type setting. The way that the room is going to be used is going to change where the camera's at, where the audio's at, and where everything's being set up. So I really try and tell people, don't just think about the size of the room. Think about how that room's being utilized. 5th question that I always ask, any special features that are needed, right? Do you need smart framing capabilities? Do you need 4K quality, right? Are there need for control panels that people need to utilize with it, right? Those are just things that we would like to ask to better understand what special features they need, right? And I will tell you, 4K is a great buzzword in the industry. Nobody's really using it today. None of the software manufacturers out there, none of the cloud service providers out there, outside of Lifesize, I'll say Lifesize doesn't own via proprietary. They're the only ones that use that. Hey, Carl, you can chime in on that. I mean, do you see anybody really using 4K quite a bit?
Only for streaming.
Yeah.
I mean, the guys streaming out on Twitch and all that kind of stuff. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that they would do it with. But when you come to the enterprise, corporate, not much.
Yeah, we don't see a whole lot of it today, right? And smart framing technology we do get customers that ask us for voice tracking, for people tracking. And those are things that we can talk to, but that helps us better understand what they're looking for. So understanding those 5 questions will help us understand the different scenarios. And we got a couple scenarios that we want to go through with you guys, just to give you an idea. And please, once again, if y'all have any questions, please ask in the Q&A session, right? Pop up Q&A, let us know if you have any questions. We're more than happy to answer them for you. We also have the chat going live, and Amy's manning that. So any of those pop up, just let us know. So scenario number 1, right? Do you need video? Do you need audio as well? A customer asks, yes, we need audio. How large is the room? Well, the room really is a 12-foot room, or the room really is going to fit 4 to 6 people in it, but nobody's going to be farther than 12 feet, right? Well, what are you doing in the room? Only standard meetings. It's a typical type of huddle room. You need 4K. Do you need to have any, smart framing, any special needs that you have? We want something simple and easy that people don't have to fiddle with, right? That's a simple one for us. Great, right? You got our VB342 Plus. The VB342 Plus can hang up on the wall. You can have 4 to 6 people into it. It can actually reach up to about 15 feet, if not a little bit more. But it gives you that simplicity. It gives you that simple, easy to use. Now, what if the customer came back and said, hey, I don't need audio? Hey, no problem at all. We got a solution for that as well. If you got audio already set up, we got the Cam 340 Plus. Exact same camera, just doesn't have the audio built into it, right? It still has a microphone, but it doesn't have the speakers that would be coming out of it, and you can turn it on and off. So you can see just asking those 4 or 5 questions where you can get to, right? Real simple, real easy to use. Scenario number 2, right? Do you only need video? Do you need audio as well? Nope, just video, right? How large is the room? It's our main conference room who holds 30 plus people. Farthest person is about 25 feet away, if not more. Great, what are you doing in it? Only have standard meetings. Any special features, any special needs, right? This one, they said, hey, handle tough lighting, right? And can be controlled from a controller like Crestron or AMX. Great. Cam 520 Pro would be a perfect fit for you, right? Cam 520 Pro has a 12x optical zoom, has RS-232 capabilities that you can plug in the Crestron or AMX control panel to it. And as far as handling tough lighting, the 1080p quality on it will handle all tough lighting situations. And you know what? By the way, if they did want audio, you can look at the AVer VC520 Pro, because that actually comes with a speakerphone. Or you can go with the AVer Cam 520 Pro and a Nariva or a STEM audio solution. So I think this is what we wanted to kind of get everybody to understand, right? Especially those people that are new to it. We don't typically ask a dozen different questions. We keep it really simple, really easy for people. Because in the most part, you don't have to ask a ton of questions to get to the basic situation. Carl, you want to add on that at all? I know we got a couple more scenarios to run through for people, but.
No, I mean, just to kind of add on what you're saying, sometimes the simple questions are the ones that end users haven't really thought of. Sometimes you have to ask, is this your first time doing video conferencing? Or have you guys been established for a long time and you're on your 3rd or 4th generation of video? Those opening questions do lead to more conversations. And if you keep it simple, like what we kind of outlined here, and usually when Charlie and I jump onto a big call, customer call, we would ask these simple questions. Normally the open-ended questions like this usually go to deeper conversations of what the customer really wants. And that's how you could get that playbook of really selling to them.
Without a doubt, right? And you know what, I would tell you, for all you out there, it also helps you open up the rest of your product lines, right? The rest of your catalog to those clients as well. Because while many times they're asking you for a camera or for video conferencing, you can really start to look at the other pieces of the puzzle that you have, that AVer doesn't have, right? Those expanded audio solutions, those controller solutions, monitors, right? All those different things that allows you to add that value add that you all have as resellers will give you a better understanding, of what your customer needs. So let's just take a look at a couple more. There we go, now I got it to work, right? Scenario number 3, right? Do you need audio or video only? Yes, we need audio as well. How large is the room? How far is it from the camera be? Not too big, 12 to 16 people. Farthest person is 15 feet away. So that tells me it's gonna be a tight room. Right? There's gonna be a lot of people in that room for a rather small room, right? What's the room used for? Still standard meetings, right? And I tell you folks this, today we're hearing a lot of K through 12 and higher education. That will probably only last till the end of this year. We're gonna start seeing more enterprise start to pick back up, and we're already starting to see it a little bit already. Start to pick up Q4, Q1, Q2 going on. So just be prepared for that. Any special features? I will tell you, this is the answer that I get most of the time. I just want something that's simple to use and people don't have to fiddle with, right? For an option like this where they're looking for audio, great. VC520 Pro would work perfectly. You got a speakerphone. You can add an additional speakerphone to it if you want. The camera will handle a 15-foot room relatively easily, right? And I'm not gonna lie, even though this is kind of a medium-sized room, depending how close those people are to the camera, you can actually look at maybe even putting a VB342 Plus in a room like this. Carl might disagree with me on that, but if you're only 15 feet away, that gives you a couple more options to take a look at. Now they came to you and said, hey, I don't need audio, I just need the camera. Great, Cam 540 if you're looking for 4K. If you don't need 4K, Cam 520 Pro. They're simple, plug and play, easy to use, simple products. I think this is the last scenario, but scenario 4, do you need audio or video? Just audio, or we just need audio. Great, how large room? This is something we're seeing today. It's for a classroom setting, right? We need to be able to pick up the teachers. And is the room used for standard meetings or teaching training? Only for teaching. Any special feature, simple and easy to use, something people don't have to fiddle with. Once again, that's the one that I hear all the time. For this one, and I will tell you what we're seeing today with more teachers, the Cam 520 Pro, the Cam 520 Pro Advanced, Cam 540 are the simplest ones to use. And what we tell people, especially in a classroom setting, go with a third-party audio. I have recommended, and it's kind of weird that I recommend other people a lot, but I do. I recommend a lot of third-party wireless microphones for teachers. Something they can put on their lapel, something that's easy for teachers to use that they don't have to think about, that will mainly just pick up the teacher. But why would I recommend the Cam 520 Pro? Why would I recommend the Advanced of the Cam 540? Cam 520 Pro, I tell people, if you have power that's easily accessible to that camera, go with the Cam 520 Pro. Gives you all the features you need, simple, easy to use, plug and play technology, you're ready to go. If you don't have power easily available to the camera, Cam 520 Pro Advanced is a surefire bet to go with because it has power over Ethernet. I don't need to have power right next to that camera. I can run PoE Plus to the camera, get it all the power it needs, and be ready to go. For most of your installations, this will save $2,000 to $3,000 just on the installation cost of every single room. So it makes life easier for the customer. Cam 540, I'll still say this, and I get a lot of flack for it, but I'll still say this. I get a lot of people that are just dead set on making sure they have a 4K camera for future proofing. Great, we have that. Cam 540 would work perfectly for you. But you can see, these are all cameras that, one, you can invert, flip upside down, put in the back of the classroom, and be able to pick up the teachers up front simply and easily. Real easy plug and play, ready to go. So it makes life much simpler for people when they're looking for it. So I went over the 4 scenarios, and actually I'm going to stop the PowerPoint presentation for a moment because I really want to just kind of chat about this for a moment. What we're really seeing in the marketplace today, especially from resellers that are reaching out to us, is, hey, I just need simple. I'm deploying 600 rooms. I'm deploying 300 rooms. I've had 4 bids now come to me for 6,000 rooms. It's really difficult for them to go, I need to be really high-end integrated. I just want simple plug and play. And the great thing about AVer is that's what we offer. We offer products today that you can go in, install easily, set up, and be ready to go within 10 to 15 minutes, right? I think what takes the longest of all of our cameras to do is mounting them on the wall, right? Hey, Carl, you could probably speak to that. You've done that several times, right? The mount is kind of the hardest part of it.
Yeah, no, I definitely would say that. I mean, especially making sure that, you go into the right type of material, trying to drill into brick. It's kind of hard. If you don't come with the right tools, yeah.
But I think, and Carl, do me a favor, speak to this for a moment. Just on the simplicity and the ease of use, give the new reseller to AVer an idea of what installation looks like for one of our cameras, so they have a good understanding of it.
Yeah, I mean, so when you look at it, getting the camera in, we do supply a camera mount for it physically. If you were to unpack the box and look at what everything is in there, you do have a camera mount to be able to mount on the wall, on the ceiling if you wanted to. But the a couple of things that we add into the product as well that some other camera manufacturers don't really have all the time. One is that mount. It's something that you'll be able to use. USB cables, power supply with it. Depending upon which product line you get, almost everyone comes with a remote control. Now that remote control could be put in a drawer for later use if you wanted to do something else, or if you have some kind of control mechanism like Zoom control, it'll work out of the box with that. Once you plug it into USB, that's it. There's, it uses basic Windows drivers for the PC that you're connected to. And generally, it just picks it up right away, and we use all standard-based connectivity. So there's no need to program anything crazy or custom. Plug it into a PC, and usually you'll be up and running within, I would say, a minute, less than a minute.
Yeah, it's really quick, folks. And here's the other part that I try to tell everybody to get them to understand. And this will be, I'll pull the presentation back up and you can see when we talk about it a little bit. Today, AVer has a full 3-year warranty on our products, right? First year advanced replacement, second and third year, you send the product back into us, we'll send you out a replacement unit. We have less than a 1% failure rate on the majority of our products that we have today for our USB camera line, right? So you can trust and believe that when we send you out a product or we send a product out to your customer, that it's going to work 99% of the time. That's pretty amazing, right? That's one of the things where you're like, wow, that's pretty cool. But that's how simple. That's why we see large organizations, large enterprises, and now through the last 4 months, large school districts and big, well-known Division I schools. I can't say it on this call, but I had a really cool Friday about 2 months ago where I had 5 Division I college football schools. And I would say top 20 if you look at their rankings. 5 of them were the top 20, reaching out going, hey, we need to buy your product and we need it within 2 weeks. I was like, oh, yes. Now I can get some football tickets. That would be awesome. But that's what AVer is able to bring to the table. I want you guys to trust and understand that not only is it easy for us to really figure out what the customer needs, but the installation process becomes very simple as well, right? And that's what you all want. You want to make sure that once you get the deal, it can be installed simply, easy, you're done, the customer's happy, they have a less than 1% failure rate, they have a warranty built into it, they're taken care of, hands off, right? Simple, easy to do. That's
actually that is one thing that I'll kind of add on to the question and answer scenario that you're going with when you're interviewing customers is, what kind of administrative cost do you want for these? Do you want to maintain them relatively low, and would you require network connectivity to the camera in order to make sure everything's good with it? So
yeah, I mean, there's definitely, I'd say this, where we're trying to keep it simple and easy for you today, there's so much more that we can dive into, right, with the product. We could talk about RS-232 connectivity to all the cameras that we have. We could talk about network connectivity to all the cameras that we have. We could talk about
those are future webinars.
Oh yeah, future webinars. Trust me, folks, we got a list of future webinars that we got to come out with, and they're all going to be like. But I really wanted to get one out that just made it simple and easy for that new person, right? That person that's new to video going, wow, I'm getting all these questions, and I don't know how to dive into it. And I want to be able to at least ask some simple, basic questions for us. And that's what we wanted to touch on today. So let me get back to the presentation real quick. So why AVer, right? And we talked about this for a little bit. High quality products. I can tell you this today. We have our try and buy program. And if you're not taking advantage of our try and buy program, you're missing out. Just so everybody knows, our try and buy program allows you to say, hey, AVer, I need you to send out a camera to a customer. Great. We send out a brand new camera to them. Let them open it up, try it out, test it. If they like it, great. They buy it directly from you. Oh, by the way, we don't ask you for a credit card ahead of time. We don't ask you for a PO ahead of time. All we ask you is for end user information. Who are we shipping this to? Give us their contact information. Give us that. We'll get a unit shipped out. They get it. They open up the box. They try it. They like it. Great. They buy it from you. You guys then go through your normal purchasing process to purchase the unit. They don't like it. There's a call tag in the box. Slap it on the box. Send it back to us. We know when your customer sees our product and puts it head to head against the other manufacturers out there, they are going to see our superior quality. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. I can tell you this today. I've been with AVer for over 4 years now. And in that time, the only reason I've had people not buy my camera after testing it out was our old products when they looked like they were built in the 1980s. They were just ugly and kind of hideous cameras. If you don't believe me, type in Cam 520 or VC 520, and you'll see our old product. You go, yeah, I get it, Charlie. Our old speakerphone looked like an ashtray. I had one person tell me one time. But it wasn't because of the quality. It was because of the looks. Now we've changed that. We got much more elegant looks on our products, and we're continuing to build on that. So once again, if you haven't utilized our try and buy program, please do. Reach out to us. Let us know. Talk about our unrivaled warranty. Why can we do that? Because we have less than a 1% failure rate, guys. We know that when we send a product out there, it's not going to fail. We know your customers are going to see it, enjoy it, embrace it, and buy it. And we know not only they're going to buy it, but it's going to work for them for the next 3 years without any issues at all. Also, and I give a lot of credit to my product management team, my product marketing team, and my marketing team. We get more awards than most people can count. And it's amazing to see that they work really hard to make sure that if there's awards out there, they know who we are, they get their information, and we win on a consistent basis. We just have products that work and don't fail. And we have a great customer base following of people that love it, enjoy it, and try it, and just really sing our praise. So I really appreciate that. Just a little bit about our company, right? If you guys need to contact us, that's all of our contact information. And I think that's it for the slideshow. So once again, I do apologize. This was supposed to be last month's webinar, but as we all know, the world's kind of crazy right now. So we had to push it to this month. You will see these happen on a more consistent basis. We are going to continue to do it once a month for the rest of this year and into next year. Also, for those tech geeks out there and the sales engineer side of the house, Carl and T from our product marketing team, coming 2021, will be doing quarterly webinars specifically for the engineering side of the house. So he will to pick a product, and he will do a deep dive on that product, specs, features, all that kind of fun stuff, RS-232, network connectivity, APIs, all that kind of stuff that just make my head roll. My eyes roll in the back of the head and start to yawn after a little bit. But they're important. They're extremely important. Even us sales guys don't want to talk about it. So, Carl, anything you want to add?
No, that's pretty much it. I mean, kind of moving forward in the series of webinars that we're going to have. Like you said, we're planning on having some more technical ones. I would like to keep them more lab-based. So showing how to set things up, how to control it, how to do fine tuning of video and a conference room, all that kind of stuff. So definitely. And also, folks, after we do these webinars, you will see them posted to our YouTube page. You'll actually be able to have access to it. In case you haven't already checked it out, we actually have our partner portal up and running. If you haven't accessed our partner portal yet, please reach out to your channel account manager, reach out to me, and we'll send you out the link and you can start to log in and utilize that. So thank you all again for joining as well. I really do appreciate it. Have any questions, any comments, anything at all that you need, feel free to reach out to us. Let us know. We are here to help. I'm just checking to see if there's any chat. No, we're all good. Thank you, everybody. Have a great week. Have a great rest of the year. Take care and stay safe.